This is Mark Farrar from Not Square again. Looks like the same lesson with L4, but this is not a lesson. This is a much quicker, just to my electrician, to run him through the project real quick instead of the lesson that I just published. So if you're looking for the lesson itself, look under the Farrar-Hagan project, and you'll find it there under L4 and Farrar-Hagan P1 Electrical. I believe it's named just like this here. Anyway, for my electrician, Tony Juarez, he's out of Anaconda, very passionate about what he's doing, and so I'm going to give him a little shout out as to probably a good guy to get a hold of. Seems like he really cares about what he's doing. I'll know more as we get into doing my place, but from what I've seen from the young man, he seems like he's got a lot of ambition and wants to learn even the portions that I do. So anyway, this is the plan as it sits at this moment. I'm going to take this dimension layer, and if he wants to freeze the screen, Tony, you can. I think I should probably even give a little bit of info on Tony himself. Let's take this out of the way, and let's just go to his contact information. So if you need somebody, you can actually get a hold of him. So I decided to take and place some of this stuff about Tony's contact information here. So Tony Juarez, electrician and general contractor. He does do interiors, remodels, tenant improvements, commercial, residential and commercial projects, and he is a registered or licensed electrician. So here in Montana, there's only 2 licenses available: electricians and plumbers. As far as the building goes, there are no licensed contractors, so they're just registered for taxes. But company's called Hometown Construction and Restoration at Anaconda. I put it here in this one note so that it wasn't throwing out his home address. He does use that for his business address, but if you wish to share that, you can. His business phone number is 406-560-7655, and his cell phone is 406-600-3504, with an email of office@hometown and then CR. So it's, and town has no O in it. .com right there. So that's his contact info. But to take Tony through the home, let's go here. Like I said, he could freeze this, pause the program to see the dimensions, but for right now, highlight 1. Go to my active display options. I do need to think highlight it again, and it should be showing me. I've highlighted over here, but it's not. But I'll figure it out and get those frozen because I don't want them on. It'd be nice if they were just turned off for the moment. Okay, with those off, a little cleaner to look at. So I do have a 4-plex outlet here, but I showed this one in my office because I would like you, Tony, to clean that up and ground it properly instead of just a copper pipe. We talked about putting grounding out here with the new box. And let me pause here for one more. I just want to turn my highlighter on, so hopefully it's easier to see my cursor. But I was talking about this one here in my office, and then I'd like you to add quad outlet under the window, centered, and then change this one, I believe is in this location, to a quad. I just need more. I do have an outlet here, it's fine. I don't need more than two. I would like one in the closet, but I think after we talk about this light, maybe it's better on this wall. And if we do one, maybe just do back to back and put one in this closet too. And that way, if I'm not quite satisfied with this lighting up shoes and stuff that are below our shirts, then I can at least put a bar light on one side that I can plug in and not have to recharge batteries. That would be a great idea. There is an outlet back here that's hidden behind the couch. I'd like to add one. It's close to this, and I realize we have framing, a lot of framing in this corner, so it may have to go right here to be close to this edge as possible, because our couch sits like right here, and it comes right to that corner, so it's blocking it. We have an outlet here. Here, oh, let's cover the fireplace real quick. These need to be AFCI, of course, but like a quad on each side of the fireplace. And then this one doesn't need to go in if this becomes a Romex outlet, the existing one that's here. So all outlets that are shown are new or being fixed, altered, something of that nature. This one I didn't show because if it's fixed, great. Then we don't need this one. You can cross that out. Unless it's just super easy, because we have this one that we do want. There is an outlet here, but we'd like to locate our stuff on this wall and just having cords hanging out just unsightly. So thinking about this, so if this just becomes super easy, may as well put it in. And then plate this off if you can't easily fish Romex to it without destroying our insulation. If it can be easily done, then let's do it. The new switch stuff still has old wiring. So I might want to fix that. Just light the one here, and we are installing the light that I already have in this location at the outlet that's there. Here is a duplex. I'd like that to be a quad, and then we want 220 for the stove. And because we would like to, as soon as you get that 220 in, we would probably start looking at an induction range stove, range oven. Then we talked about changing this meter that I have outside, wherever it is located exactly. I do believe it's down towards this end. Is changing that to be all of my need for this and the future load, and I will get that to you as soon as I can, which means soon. I just need to build the basement because we are going to add some electrical down there. But we're talking about adding like 3 outlets in that big huge room, if you recall, with the bottom of this fireplace. So it's basically underneath this half of the house almost. It's almost half, but it's right under that wall, and then it just comes all this way straight out. And just gonna drop a couple outlets here, here, and here, because there's one here. So think of that in the basement. And then when you get to the bottom of the stairs, there's a little room back in this corner. I'd like to have one there. Sorry, right here, right under this. And then if you come around and down, there's another room back here. Like an outlet in that, and in that, we've got one here, and we've got one on this wall. So having one here and here would be nice. So basically, add 5 outlets downstairs. And that was about all we need done downstairs for this phase 1. Returning to upstairs, we kind of covered all this area. So there's that hallway. Come out here, and in the bathroom, I'd like to change this out. And I swap screens here, and we're in the bathroom at this point. And if I look up, talking about, and we can find a nicer model than this, but it'd be kind of nice if we had the 2 lights where one of them is a heat lamp and the other is a nice fan, and then a bright light. And then you and I had also talked about placing a light in the shower, because I can't, and the fact that there's no light in there. So we'd have to increase the switch count here because there's 2 switches, unless we put, well, I don't always, in the summertime I certainly wouldn't want to turn on a heat lamp. So yeah, we'll have to increase the switch count. Down here, Bobby said that one of these 2 outlets is not working. The other one is what she uses now for blow drying her hair and such. So we'd like to add the quad down low, under the cabinet, and not in the cabinet as I told you when you were here. Outlet that's on the light bulb alone, unless we find something cool to put there. So that would really help brighten up this place. And add an outlet, that'd be great. It doesn't probably end up putting the rest of my shaving chargers up here. I have 4 of them. But that's that for that room. In our bedroom, there's an outlet back here on this wall that's horribly inconvenient because the bed is one of those nice beds that goes up and down and it unplugs it. So we'd like you to put in a quad here. For certain, that's about the right location for it. And that light you see on the floor is from what you recommended of putting a light in the ceiling. This light that's up here, I actually want, or sorry, outlet that's up here, I actually want that in the attic. So that may need to be a GFCI. And then I do want one, remember there's a shelf and rod here, and I would like an outlet there for the monitor for my security system. So, like that done, and then I'd like an outlet here, because the bed does sit up and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a mount for a television that swings down, and we can watch TV, and then I put it back up manually, because all the rotating, swinging hinge stuff that I've found doesn't go up or down, it just goes side to side. So unless I can find something that will lift itself, that's the plan. Here I've got an outlet, and I've got extension cords running to the plotter. I'd like to add an outlet here behind the plotter, and then as we go around the room, there is an outlet here that Bobby uses now to do ironing or steaming of her clothes. So we'd like to add this one, and talk about maybe this being up so it's high that she can get to it easily enough, maybe closer to here, but still low enough that it's behind the plotter and you can't see it. And then in this closet, if we do that light for the bar light in mine, let's do it in here. It'll be that common wall deal here, and then there's the light that you recommended for that instead of bar lights. So if that is satisfactory lighting, we'll be happy as a clam. So this is what I'm talking about. The couch comes all the way to this corner. The plug's down here. It's kind of a pain to get to. To plug in a lamp that we keep at the end, and then lamp at this end. So we'd like to have the plug centered in the window there. In my room, my office, got a duplex here. That duplex does fine. That's the quad that's already there, but I need it fixed and grounded. I'd like a quad added here, and then I'd like this duplex changed to a quad. And then in here, I want the third ceiling fan, just as these 2 ceiling fans are installed in here. And then down here, I would like this changed to a mount to handle a fan, as there's just a light there, so I don't believe that there is. Now, if you remember, there was attic access here, and the ceiling at the end of the hall. That's master bath, or the only bath, and master bedroom. And then the security system comes out, runs through here, and then goes to furniture in here. And I just want that all taken and stuck up in the attic with it coming down to the monitor in here. So it's not just running all around our room and can't even close the door properly, yada yada. There is an outlet on this wall that when I get out of bed and walk by it, I often unplug it. So we'd like to add one here. A quad would be nice because I do have a little computer there, a charger for some speakers, and then my phones and stuff plugged in, and they're all branching off an extension cord at this time. Then if we just go, let's go up top. So This is street side entry. If you remember, there's a side door over here. And then around back, there's this panel. And we want to make that panel handle what we're adding now and for the future. So a decent sized panel. 200 amps is fine, because if you remember, I have 220 in my garage directly across from here, out in that white space. So I believe that covers all of the electrical components. So hopefully this shorter version will be more useful to you, and you'll understand what we need. So I could probably just do a quick view of it from this, which doesn't have the roof on it, so sometimes it's easier to see the whole thing and just jog your memory as to what we had. Goodness gracious, I'm having trouble with the navigation here. So this is the front door facing the street, side door over here, kitchen. The eventual deal is to take the stair, move it all the way to this wall, remove the whole fireplace chimney system. We'll have to reroute the mechanical that comes up this slot. This is shelving, this is interior shelving, and this hallway will go away because we're going to have the stairs eat up half of it. And the whole idea for the phase 2, expand this bath out to a decent mass. We do have quite a bit of storage right here, big medicine, all sorts of stuff. So when we do the master plan, we'll have to figure out what we're going to do with that. And then this was the back corner master bedroom. So you can see the puck light, you can see the one for the TV, you can see the one monitor for the security system, the fan, the light itself goes under the cabinets for the shower, and then 20 shown too high, but I just want to make sure I remember it's there. Obviously I want that down behind the stove. That's the change from duplex to quad. There's a duplex. And then there's an outlet here. We want to add this outlet here for certain. The outlet on this side, maybe, unless you just totally repair this, then that's probably unnecessary. That's just, it's no big deal to just add it, and it costs nothing. Then these are fans now, and these fans will be remote, and the light even works on a remote, so we don't need a separate switch. Maybe for future, switching it out to something that doesn't. I don't know why anybody would do that these days. And then there's storage in this wall here, so there's double wide cabinet here. There's a full height closet down at this end, and then there's mechanical behind this wall, so that's so you can see those 3 compartments: mechanical, storage, and full height closet. What's above this, I'm not sure. Maybe the chimney. Part of that because this mantle just terminates. So the fireplace is a real wood burning fireplace, so it has to come up. It probably comes up in this. But like I said, there is a cabinet on the back, because in here, if you recall, this was a insert, nice steel insert that's very efficient. So there's the quads either side. So hopefully that answers about everything you need for this. 5 outlets downstairs that I have not shown yet, but you got a tour down there. You should have access to pictures of the home. I'll try and create some more just to walk around the home. But this model's here too, and you can download the Chief Viewer and view this model anytime you'd like. I will update the one in the folder to look like this. You'll see all the electrical as it's shown right now, and depending on which camera you use, you will have a roof or you won't have a roof. And so that, I'll switch screens and I'll show you. Same in the free viewer. You've got 2 cameras. This guy here is all isometric. I don't know if, I think you have that power. You definitely have this. So here is roof on, roof off, and framing, which I haven't framed this house yet. So if I were to do the framing view, it's kind of generic. I did more than I thought, because there certainly aren't trusses. And I was getting a count, so that is kind of what the framing looks like. So much more than I thought. I don't know where stud locations are exactly, so I can't perfectly tell you where to put outlets because it's not new construction. So at any rate, that is the capabilities that I can do, especially on new construction, is show you everything and we'll make sure outlets are located as they really should be, so you can just anyway, that's it. Unimportant for what we're doing here. Just want to show you. Oh, I didn't even switch the views. Goodness gracious. So when I click on this, and then I click on this, what you should have seen was this. Now, it's in this view. Let's change that. Sometimes that view is kind of nice. So if I click over here, click in here, I'm on this, which kind of has a line work in it, which for framing is great because you can really see it better. So what I was saying is that the rafters and stuff do look correct. Rafters and the ceiling joists look correct. So it's a wall framing. I don't really know exactly where everything. Pretty conventional. So that's it. That's what she looks like. And there is the attic access into this hall. Down in here, there's going to be a joist that's cut. Ceiling joist that's cut. Hard to see. You know what I mean? Anyway, support for not square design, Beat Montana. I do offer design services, not just my own project. So give me a holler, look me up. And not square is KNOT, as it was shown in here. Right there. Oops. But that's it. And I am a certified professional building designer, meaning I do architecture and structural engineering. So if you need services, there's my YouTube channel, my website. You can even get my phone number off my website. And KNOTTY, Naughty, KNOTTY Studios. So mark at naughtystudios.com is my email address. Best way to go. So I'll let you go, Tony, and hopefully this is enough information for you. Thanks. Bye.